Hey guys, Brandon Olson here, RankDaddy TV. Today we're doing something a little bit different. A lot of people have come to me with questions wondering about how the thing really works, how RankDaddy is so successful with members. They're not sure if they can really do it, although they're seeing hundreds of testimonials from other students who are just killing it day in, day out. So we're going to let you inside and show you one of the coaching calls that we had. This is a guy who will teach you. He's been in the group for a while. He's got ways, and he's all about systems, processes. His name is Ed. You may know him. He has scaled his business quickly to 10 grand a month, then $30,000 a month, and bought houses in 2 states, and just continues to scale, grow his business, land deals, and help others in the group do the same. So he led our question and answer group call this week, which we have weekly, and he shares his tips on how you can build $100,000 a year revenue business for an SEO agency within 6 months or less. He lays it all out. So it's crazy. We had about 50 people on the call, 40, 50 people. They all asked questions, all new people just like you, and he lays out the answers. So I'm gonna let you inside. Let's take a look. So here's the question. How can marketers like us, working only part-time and running our entire business from our laptop or smartphone, how are we able to guarantee insane results to our clients when the mainstream internet marketing gurus say the guarantees are impossible? That's the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Brandon Olson, and welcome to RankDaddy.
I can hear you fine.
All right, cool. Give it a few
I'm going to
minutes.
mute myself.
Okay. And I'm going to move this back because the lighting stinks. Let's see. I guess I got to admit everybody first. All right. Oh.
Your meeting ID followed by pound. You have not entered. Enter your participant ID followed by pound. Otherwise, just press pound to continue. You are in the meeting now. There are 13 participants in the meeting. This meeting is being recorded. You have been put on hold by the host.
We'll give it another minute. If you guys can all mute yourselves, because we're going to get some of that feedback, that would be helpful.
We're in a submarine.
I'm going to find, somebody's on a Navy submarine somewhere. It sounds like you're ready. All right, so I may just mute everybody until everybody. There's 3, I can see who's not muted, so I just want to minimize background chatter feedback. Babies crying, horns honking, all that kind of stuff. So just, and you don't have to go on video either if it freaks you out, don't worry about it. I'm not overly too concerned about that. All right, I think we're going to keep getting more people. We had about 35 that wanted to attend yesterday, but I was in Orlando doing a birthday party for my father-in-law that I didn't have on my calendar. So I apologize. I had to reschedule it. But it worked out. So 12:30. I'll give it like another minute and then we'll roll. And I do have all your questions that you guys put in there. So we'll go through them as well. Anything specific to like SEO, we'll cover that, but we're not going to go super in depth because the course, the training is designed to do that. And the training doesn't cover every little granular detail, which is why you ask in the group if it's not there. I got more people coming in.
Hey, Ed. How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Not bad.
20, I think we're close.
How many are you expecting?
I had 35 to 40 that said they were attending. But, all things being equal, you usually get about half that, and we're already there.
Yeah, stuff happens.
Yeah, it's fine. He was trying to call me.
Hey, did you get an answer the other day to your question about the ACH? Did you find out what you wanted or not? Because I got a guy you need to talk to. I was gonna PM you about it. I didn't want to just post it in the group, but you already know who he is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just thinking, look, when you take payments of this caliber, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month, 3% is 3%, and I'm looking at saving money. I've been doing this for years, and I've given away a lot of money. So, all right, let's roll. Yeah, but we could take it offline. It's okay. Yeah, just PM me about it.
I will. We'll okay.
Figure it out.
Cool. Yep.
All right, guys, ladies, I appreciate you jumping on. If you don't hear me, put a chat in there, and I'll try to keep tabs on it. I think we're going to get a couple more stragglers coming in, so I'll have to admit them as they come in. So I really appreciate the interest here, and it just tells me like you obviously want to, make this work. I mean, you're all investing money, and I get it, and you want to make sure you're getting good return on your investment. I'm with you 100%. At the end of the day, if you guys can mute yourselves, there's a few of you that are not on mute. It's just going to throw a lot of background noise on the recording. And if anybody doesn't, I'm going to have to mute everybody and then take you off as questions come up. So yeah, just please mute yourselves. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, like, there's so many, look, you guys know there's courses out there and everyone's trying to sell something, and I get it. And you got to filter through the noise and figure out what's legit, what's full of hot air. At the end of the day, you guys are asking, is this thing going to work for me? Can I make money with it? Is it, sustainable? Or is it just, pie in the sky and it's not going to get me what I want? And I'm here to tell you, I knew Brandon before he launched this, and I've worked with him for 3 years. And, I was like one of his early adopters because I was doing stuff like this with him before RankDaddy popped up on the radar. And I liked some of the things he was doing. And it really got my attention about automation and streamlining and saving time. And I've been doing this for 3 years with him. And, he's still changing things and tweaking this thing. And, I think it's going to evolve continuously, but it's only as good as you guys engaging. So this obviously proves to me that we've got a good core group of people that want to win. Before I dive into your questions and stuff, let me just preface it. If any questions come in that that I know are in the training, I'm going to defer you to the training. If they're not, make a note of them, and we'll put them into a question answer in the group itself. I'll answer some SEO questions I'm more about mindset, business process, ROI, philosophy, communication. I'll dabble in the SEO stuff, no problem, because, you know, I know it pretty good. And I'm still learning stuff too. So just defer the real technical stuff to the group or to the training. My background, just so you guys know, I've been in business and sales and marketing for like, I don't like to say it, 20, 25 years now. And, you know, we had a good run at it. And I was a corporate America guy and I hated it. And I wanted to go off and do my own thing. And, you know, this kind of came together at the right time for me. I was doing lead generation and web design, and then SEO kind of came later, because using other people's money to make money for yourself and your family was a lot easier than I thought than just doing lead generation in its purest form. So I didn't question. I just started automation and make this thing come together. And I've had months where we've added $10,000 to our business in a month. So it doesn't make me a hero. It just means I've been consistently building something that I add value to people and I get them results. So so the whole idea is, for me, like I'm a minimalist when I approach this stuff. Like, what's the stuff that I've got to do to get maximum impact, and save myself as much money as possible. Like that's just the way I've always done things. And a lot of you probably will be grateful to hear that, because I'll cut through all the crap and I'll just tell you straight up, like, this is what you should be doing. This is what you shouldn't be doing. And I'm probably going to make a bunch of you guys uncomfortable, because my whole goal on this call is to stretch you and learn how to live outside your comfort zone. Because if you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing, right? A tomato is either growing or dying, and you got to be constantly growing. And if you're not outside your comfort zone, you're never going to succeed at the level you want. So my goal is always to stretch you and make sure you stay as uncomfortable as long as possible. I'm all about attitude too. So, I focus on that. So anyway, I've got kids. We homeschool our kids. We're in our 4th year of homeschool. We live in Florida half the year. We have a house here in Florida. We live in New York half the year. We just bought a house in New York, a vacation house upstate New York, up near Saratoga, where the horse racing track is. So we bought that as like a vacation property. And this business has allowed me to live wherever I want and do business how I want, with whom I want, however I want. If you guys are looking for location independence and you want to have a residual income where you're making 10 grand a month in the next 4 to 6 months, you can do that with this. And I'm not just saying it, like, I've done it multiple times, many times. But you got to be willing to do the work. You can't blame anybody else if you don't succeed at this, because ultimately you're the one who's got to do the work. Okay. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. I am not a robot. I ask questions and I challenge things too. I've challenged Brandon many times. I'm like, sell me on why you're doing this. Sell me on why you're doing that. I don't agree with this. I don't agree with that. Because there's always better ways of doing things, right? So that's where I'm coming from. This is for you guys. I really want to make sure that we maximize your time. And if you got to jump off early for whatever reason, I'm probably going to go an hour and a half. I wouldn't be surprised. It will be recorded, and we'll give you the link to it on the back end, so you can go back and take notes on this as well. That being said, I have questions. I have a good sense of what you guys are looking for. I feel like a lot of people are new, and you're trying to figure out where to start, and you're trying to figure out where to put your time to get the best return on time and maximize every action you take. Okay, I feel like that's a common theme of all this stuff. Some of it is sales process as well. Some of it is some SEO stuff. But at the end of the day, what I would recommend, whatever you're doing, start documenting every step of what you're doing, because you're going to eventually want to get to a point where you can have, virtual assistants where they're doing work for you on, leveraging, currency manipulation overseas is a good thing for us. I've got a whole bunch of VAs around the world that do things that I don't have to do anymore. So start automating, start taking notes, start recording videos of process and then create something where you could pass the baton off to a VA. Brandon's actually in here too, which is good. So, so that's kind of where we're coming from. You're not going to get everything you want out of this call. You know, don't expect everything here. We're going to get you as much as we can, but your engagement in the group is going to determine how well you succeed. If you just check in every now and then, you're probably not going to get what you want. You got to be engaged and you got to ask questions. And the only stupid question is the one you don't ask, okay? So make sure you're asking questions both here today and in the group. So I'll open this thing up. I'm going to give you guys a chance to ask questions. Take notes. I think we'll have a good opportunity to collect thoughts here. Some of you guys aren't muted, so I'm going to have to mute everybody. Hold on. See if that helps. All right, that mutes everybody for a moment. So anyway, Brandon's on here. I'm sure he's going to want to jump in here and give his 2 cents on some things. Oops, somebody else is jumping on. Okay. All right. So again, my approach is business process mindset, how to prospect, how to sell, how to communicate, how to propose, how to close business, how to set up processes with regards to SEO steps, etc. I've taken what Brandon's got. I've kind of created my own way of doing it. I still follow the process because I know it works. All right. So I'll take you guys off mute. Hopefully you guys are good about it and we don't have too much background noise. Unmute. All right. Who's got the first question that you guys want to answer? Let's throw it out there.
Hey, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me, Ed? This is Ken.
Ken, yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, I posted it in the chat. I can repeat it here, whichever's easiest.
Go ahead. What is it?
It's a prospecting question. Since local search volume often shows 0 for many local keywords, then it's a little difficult to show a mathematical analysis of search volume times percentage conversions should result in X dollars per month. You know, do you have any suggestions on how to overcome that difficulty when you're trying to prospect somebody who may not be too knowledgeable about SEO, but actually could benefit by it?
So, Ken, you sound like you're very intellectual and you're very analytical and you're just like me. I'm probably not going to give you the answer you might want to necessarily hear, but I'll give you the answer I believe it to be. I don't get bogged down in search volume criteria so much. I use it as a gauge to see how many searches per month. It's not set in stone, like Brandon says this too, like he doesn't deal with search volume. He sells rankings only because we all know rankings do equate to more volume. What I like to do with prospects to keep it super simple is I like to focus on businesses that have like an average sale of like $2,000, maybe $3,000. Because if I'm charging them $1,000 a month in my fee, and they get one job a month out of that, they're getting a positive return on investment. That's as simple as it needs to be. And you got to say, hey, listen, ranking awesome on Google is going to get you more traffic to your website. My job is to get people going to your website, but your job is to close business, right? That's not my job. That's your job. So if you're ranking really well on Google and there's a map section as well, there's enough traffic to get you more leads. You've got to close it. So here's the thing. If you're ranking in the top 1 to 5 positions in organic and maps, you're going to get more leads. If you got, 5, 6, 7 leads a month, what's your closing ratio? What's your average sale? Because a lot of these guys are like, oh, I close 90% of the business. They're a bunch of liars because none of them do that. Every now and then you might get one. But the idea is they're going to say, oh, well, out of 5 leads, I'm going to close 4. I'm going to say, well, listen, I'm conservative in nature. If you just closed 1 and it's a bathroom remodeler, what's your average bathroom go for? He's going to say $3 to $5 grand. So probably $4 grand as an average. So I'm going to say, look, you're paying me $1,000 a month without a contract. If you close 1 out of those 5, you're going to get a $1,000 investment for a $4,000 return on your investment. Would you agree with me that's a good ROI? And he's going to say, absolutely. And I'm going to say, well, look, that's assuming worst case scenario. If you're good like you say you are, and we get you even more leads than that, it's a home run, and we're all happy together, right? So that's honestly the way I approach it. Again, I use searchvolume.io. It's just a gauge. It's not 100% accurate. It lets me know what key, like if it's roofing contractors versus roofers versus roofing companies or roof repair, it gives me a sense of what keywords might get more volume. That's as far as I go. I don't do more than that anymore because it's just not necessary. I don't need to get bogged down in details. Okay.
Sounds good, man. Yeah, good.
Okay.
That's basically what I've been doing. I appreciate it. I was wondering if you had any other, little tricks or whatever. But yeah, I agree. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it's just keep it simple because the more moving parts in your process, the more overwhelmed you're going to get. Like, let's just trim the fat off this thing. Let's get this thing running lean and fast and get you profitable with a simple system in place. That's how you're going to scale this sucker big and fast. Okay.
Gotcha. All right. Thanks, Ed.
You're welcome. Anybody who else? I know there's lots of questions, so please don't be shy.
I would like to follow up on whoever was speaking. Ed, how you doing?
Good, Mike. How you doing?
This is Jaime, sorry.
Okay.
So you're talking about leads, but as we all know, I mean, based on the videos that you've shown is that you can rank websites within weeks, like within a month. But when we talk about leads, are you like pitching SEO plus something else? Because in order for you to sell on leads, just on the first month, you're gonna need something that is gonna give them a return pretty quick. SEO, as we all know, take a little bit of time. I understand that you get results quick, but are you pitching something else besides SEO?
Good question, and this is one that a lot of you guys will get answer or questions from prospects. So this is one you better nail, and you better have your ace card ready to play because it's going to make all the difference. So I've dabbled in Google AdWords. I don't anymore really. I've studied Facebook advertising because I'm intrigued by it, but I haven't used it. What it comes down to is you setting the proper expectations with your prospects and tell them, hey, listen, hey, Bob, let's put this in perspective. You're going to get leads through this process, but it's going to take a little bit of time. Okay. We can't just go from where you're currently ranking today. Guys, you got to mute yourselves. I can't hear even what I'm saying if you're not muted. If you're not talking, with a question, you got to mute yourself. What was I saying? So basically, it's like setting expectation. Listen, I'm confident that we can rank your website quickly, but I understand this is going to be a leap of faith on your part to make an investment and have to wait to get leads that you can work to close. I get that. So that's what I tell them. I mean, truthfully, and I don't have anybody that has a problem with that because most SEOs out there are like,
water with lemon.
Yeah, you're gonna get leads right away. There's another question.
Hey Ed, you might have to mute everybody, and then if whoever's going to ask a question can unmute themselves.
If I mute all, can they unmute themselves?
I believe so.
All right, we'll try it. Yeah, it's just too much background noise. All right. Hold on. We'll try that. Okay, so just to finish up this point, because that background noise kind of throws my brain off a little bit. The whole idea is setting the right expectation with that prospect. Like, look, I have clients that are getting leads in 2 weeks. Why? Because I'm going after the business in the niche that I feel is going to get results where the competition isn't steep. And I know that I can rank that website fast because not only am I doing on-page SEO for what they currently have, but I'm going to cast a wide net and I'm building landing pages for all of the suburbs around their area, so I can get as many leads from them as possible. Now, some people charge for landing pages. Me personally, I'm like, if I'm getting $1,000 a month, 12 grand a year, I'm throwing that in there because I'm cloning the homepage. So it's allowing me to cast a wide net and then basically work to get them leads faster. So you just got to get yourself in a position where you're setting the right expectations and you're being real with people and saying, look, you know, you can run ads, and we could talk about running ads if you really wanted to. And you can white label stuff if you really wanted to do that. But if you can give me 4 to 6 weeks of time, my gut feeling based on what I'm seeing, where you're currently ranking, based on what the competitors are doing, my feeling is we can get you ranking well enough in that amount of time to get you leads. Now, at the end of the day, again, my job is to get you ranking well, but your job is to close business. And if you don't have a strong call to action, a strong promotion on your website, you're not going to convert people, because again, SEO is only part of the process. If you're not educating your prospects and clients on, look, I get them to your site, but if your site sucks at converting people, that's on you, not me. So I'm going to suggest you need to have a promotion on there where in 5 to 8 seconds, that person's making a decision and they're saying, I understand what this business does. I see the value they can offer me, and I see this is a promotion that I want to act on now. If they can do that, they're going to convert a lot better. So don't just be somebody selling SEO services and saying the rest is up to you. Start being like a marketing coach, a marketing consultant. See, if you ever look at that pyramid, the trust, you want to become the trusted advisor. You don't want to just be their salesperson providing a consulting service from an SEO standpoint. You also want to become that elite trusted advisor status, because they will go out there and sell you to their friends. And how you do that is by going the extra mile and adding way more value than just, yeah, I'm going to get your website ranking. You go follow up on those leads and you're going to get a home run. No. I'm going to teach you how to leverage your website as an asset. So this way it works for you, because paying me $1,000 a month to do SEO is going to be a waste of your money if you don't have a good system to convert and then close them. And that is exactly how I handle that conversation. And all that, well, they don't ask about leads anymore. They don't argue me anymore, because they're like, this guy actually cares. He's being honest with me. He's thinking the things I'm thinking about. I believe him, because at the end of the day, your job with your prospect is to get him to believe that his business is going to be better off with you in it, and that you can help him accomplish his goals. If you're not doing that, you're going to lose them. And it's not so much, one piece of the puzzle. It's this whole holistic approach to SEO along with becoming a trusted advisor. Okay. Does that help answer your question?
Yeah. Like for the people that haven't gotten the results, like just selling on leads. I mean, you got to set the right expectations. You're right. But for those that haven't seen the results, like get results within 2 weeks or a month. But selling on leads when you have, 2 or 3 months turnaround for results is kind of difficult. So
right.
that's just trying to make a point. That's all.
Right. All right. Hey guys.
But thank you.
I've tried muting everybody and letting you come off mute on your own. It's not working. You guys got to mute yourselves. So please mute yourselves if you're not asking a question. I don't want this thing to be distracted any more than it needs to be. Okay. Who's got another question?
Can I go next? Hi there. So I shared in a group, and I think I'm not the only one in this situation. I joined last year and I was new and learned everything, and I wanted to be able to do all the steps myself at least once. So I'm now outsourcing as much as I can, but I'm still the technician and the manager, meaning I do the on-page SEO myself, and I manage different people writing content, and also the client liaison. It's taking a lot of time. So one thing is, the PBNs are quite a lot to learn at first. It's quite daunting. So I'm still sort of managing that, because I've ranked sites well without PBNs. So that's great. The process is definitely working. but that's one thing I can't outsource. You know, I've bought PBN sites, and I need to now follow. There's a video, of course, but it takes time. So that's why being the technician and the manager is a challenge at first. It's good for talking to clients and getting more credibility, but I want to move away from that as well.
Okay, so if I'm hearing you correctly, you feel like you are the bottleneck in your business. Like your business can't grow any more than where you're currently at because you're trying to scale the business, but you're still caught in the weeds with all the process and stuff like that. Okay, so
Yes.
Somebody else is coming in the group. Guys, we got 42 people on here. This is pretty awesome. I really want to help you guys win, man. I really do. I want to see you guys reach your goals. Like this has helped me a lot. Like we can help you make $100 grand a year extra in the next 6 months. I'm telling you, you just follow the process, man. You won't miss as long as you're doing the work. So sorry, I get all fired up about this kind of stuff.
No, it's great. And I've listened to I've watched all your videos when you released Unstuck. So I'm, really grateful for all the content and the process and the systems and also the documents that you shared. I mean, this is brilliant and really useful. So I know what I want to do. I know what to do. So really, wanting to Unstuck,
Okay, so the best way to answer your question is to use my own my own story. All of you guys and ladies are going to become the bottleneck in your business if you don't let go of control. A lot of you are control freaks. Some of you are not, and that will work to your advantage. So the thing is, as I said earlier, you've got to start documenting your process. Like the PBN process, I literally documented everything, and now I have VAs creating PBNs for me. Right, I have that. So for me, I was doing all the on-page SEO, scheduling all the content for all my clients. I was the Web 2.0.
There he is.
Sorry, guys, my internet connection went off for some reason. That was really weird. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Anyway, so I got the Web 2.0 stuff knocked out early, and I offloaded that. So Web 2.0 was the first process that I offloaded, and I created documents for my guys to basically go through and do that for me. Now, I'm only doing Web 2.0s for clients when I'm pointing PBNs. I'm not doing it ongoing. This is a question a lot of people would ask. Probably 2 years ago, it was a really popular question. Like, why keep doing it? The whole goal of Web 2.0 is essentially to camouflage PBN. Okay. So once you stop pointing PBN to a site, you don't need to do that, and you're saving yourself some money. So for me, I was doing the on-page SEO. Okay. I was scheduling content. Web 2.0s were outsourced. I had content writers writing those articles. And then I had a VA helping with PBNs, but I had to automate this thing more. So I started creating process for PBNs. I started creating process for content, how I want it written. I added a VA who does all my content management. So basically she's in Jamaica and she's in my time zone. I highly recommend if you can get people in your time zone, it's gonna help you, because I've got people in Bangladesh, in Pakistan, and India, and I gotta wait 10 hours before I hear from them sometimes. So try to find people in your time zone if you can. So for me today, what I do, I still do on-page SEO for onboarding new clients. Me personally, I don't want to outsource that. Like, Brandon's going to think differently. That he focuses on doing his business different than I do, which is totally fine. But if he's like, I'm not onboarding 20 clients a month. My goal is I'm still adding 2 to 4 clients a month. That's it. So if I'm putting in 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours for on-page SEO, I'm okay doing that. I could train somebody. I just don't want to, because I feel comfortable laying the foundation myself. So I still do that myself. My content writer, I basically have that all figured out. I have all the clients. We add X number of articles per month per client. That's how I personally do it. I'm a big believer in I add 10 pages of content for clients per month where I feel like I need to, and we schedule it every 3 days. So that's something that I feel is important to do. Not everyone agrees with that. I just think content is king, and I want Google to keep coming back to the website. So that's what I do there. She orders all the content. She tests it for plagiarism. She schedules the content, and then I just pay her. So
you're talking about your clients' websites, yeah?
Yes.
And do they let you? Are they happy for you to commission, the content, the titles, or some of them are really picky and they want a certain style and it's not their voice, or
Good question. So for me personally, I've had to learn how to interview my clients and make sure I'm picking up clients that are not going to waste my time and ask me a million questions. So early on, you're going to be like, I just need to land clients. I'll take whatever I can get. But I'm telling you right now, you got to start valuing yourself and valuing your time. And if you don't do that, you're going to get burned out and quit. So you got to get yourself in a place where you have standards and you're not willing to lower your standards just because someone wants to pay you some money, right? You've got to draw the line in the sand and say, you know what, if you're going to critique every little thing I'm doing, sorry, but this is probably not going to be a good fit. And I'm telling you, if you do that, they'll respect you more, and they'll probably let you do the work anyway. Say, all right, no problem. So you gotta be strong with people. They'll respect you. Don't be a garbage can with a hairy lid and let people just try to control you. You know what I mean? You need that. See, you only need that person if you're not willing to go out and find another one.
Yeah.
If you keep prospecting, you can replace that guy. So don't get hung up on.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So we're doing content for client sites, and then I have my VA doing content on the PBNs.
PBNs. Yeah.
So I'm just balancing it out. So today, all I'm doing is on-page SEO for new clients, and I'm tweaking page titles and descriptions, and maybe I'll optimize YouTube video for them, a couple times a month, and then I follow up with a ranking report. Yeah. So my time with clients is probably like, I'd say maybe 2 hours per month per client, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours per month per client, which is not that much. Right? No. My challenge was getting away from building websites. Websites will lead to your demise. I still have some that I'm managing. I can't stand it because it's like, it just bogs you down. So you got to make a decision early on. You've been around mine a while, so but you just have to decide what things you want to do. You want to scale your business. You can outsource everything but the on-page SEO like I'm doing. You just need to invest a few hours of time to create, a checklist of training. And then just but your client management shouldn't be more than like an hour and a half, 2 hours a month. It shouldn't be more than that, in my opinion. So I don't know if that really answered your question so much. I'm just trying
Yes, thank you. No, I mean, being here anyway, it's a great way to sort of get reminders. And I wanted to mention something about PBNs because some of us, I heard in the training that if clients are asking what are those sites or how do you get those sites, and you say, well, look, it's it's my way of working, or I don't want to reveal, but I decided to show my links as a mix with other links because I make them look like real sites. I mean, they are real to me. I mean, I worked on them. So I thought, well, let me show them, and if they come back to me with a question, I'll explain, yes, I own those sites, but the truth is they haven't. So, rather than have the conversation, oh, this is how I work, it's, I don't want, trust me, don't ask me to show my sites. I've actually included them, and so far, that's fine. Yeah,
and and what's nice is it's your own business, and you can decide how you want to build it. If you want to share that stuff, that's that's totally fine. I personally don't. I don't share much. I share regularly. But see, I like to engage with my clients. I'll text message them and be like, hey, we just jumped 3 pages in a week.
Yeah.
Just because it lets them know that I'm thinking about them and their business.
Mm-hmm.
And this way, it's not a once a month kind of thing. Like a text message is not hard to do. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So, you know, but you got to draw the line. You have to create parameters and set expectations with clients so that they don't take advantage of you. Because you've learned that probably a lot. That's what kills your business.
Yeah.
So I would recommend creating systems for each of those pieces. Just keep the on-page piece to yourself for now.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to do it like Brandon has done it, you can outsource that component as well.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Okay.
No, thanks. That's helpful. Yeah.
Okay. Michael just asked a question. What point do you go from SEO white label and manage to maintenance? Brandon's kind of addressed this in the past. A lot of people early on say, you know what, I just want to start prospecting and get leads. I'm going to just outsource this to Brandon's SEO outsource and let them do the, rank the sites for the first few months. When you flip the switch, is up to you, right? Like once you feel confident in tweaking the site and adding content and doing this and that, that's when you're going to decide to flip the switch. Brandon's fine with it. I mean, like he's using SEO outsource as a tool to help you ramp up quicker, right? Once you have credibility with a client, it's going to give you more confidence to approach the next client and then start the process of domino effect and start getting more business because you believe in the process yourself. Like, you know what I mean? So, I think most people probably outsource for 2, 3, 4 months. Brandon has those numbers more than I do, but if you do the first few months, you're not really doing any work. So you can just focus on landing clients. Okay. Somebody else say, well, I get a content writer when you can purchase through SEO. Yeah, you can buy content through SEO outsource. It's up to you.
I'd rather you not.
Well.
I'd rather you not. Content writers are so easy to hire on Upwork. Like you literally can post a job for a SEO content writer or a WordPress content writer. They're like $2 an article. I charge so much on SEO outsource to convince you guys, hey, try the Upwork thing. The models in the training section for content shows you how to hire them. I almost want to cut the content thing off, but it's kind of there for people who really need it as an emergency, and they don't want to go through the whole hiring process. But even when you don't need a writer, you should already be messing around on Upwork and practicing hiring people from other countries just to do $5 jobs, whatever. So you're comfortable with using Upwork because it's an insanely valuable platform. You got people from all over the world with incredible skill sets that can do one-off jobs, or you can end up hiring, permanently. That's where I got my VA. My VA's been with me for like 8 years now. He started at $2 an hour. Now he's at like $2,000 a month. He's in Pakistan. He really just literally does everything. But anyway.
No, Brandon's right. I mean, like now here's the thing, just being very transparent, you guys. I probably went through 15 to 20 VAs until I found some good ones. Like it's just like hiring an employee. I mean, it takes, you got the good cream rises to the top. It just takes time to find them. So just be patient. And when you find a good person, pull them off of Upwork and pay them direct. And I've got people I pay directly, and it's pretty awesome. So just don't overanalyze this stuff. Like the training, the intrigue to me is that everything's kind of laid out. You just got to follow the game plan. Like you inject your own personality into your process and stuff like that, but you don't have to put a lot of thought into it. I mean, you'll start to figure out how you want to do things a little bit different than other people. Like for me now, like kind of segueing a little bit, like I'm actually doing a little bit more GMB content posting because I'm kind of seeing it's something I'm starting to do. I'm testing it. See, like we post blog posts to client sites, but we're also posting to GMBs because Google likes people using the GMBs. And I had a client site jump from page position 12 in maps to position 2 or 1 overnight by just doing that, which I can't say that was the only reason why that jumped, but it seemed like it was the reason because I hadn't done anything else. So just realize you're going to start testing things and you're going to take what Brandon has and use your own brain and say, hey, you know what? I agree with that, but I'm going to tweak it for my own use. Don't just be a robot. Start figuring out what works for you. But again, the system's there for your advantage. So it's all good. So All right. When you mentioned you clone their main sites, okay. This is a technical, it's an SEO question. So my feeling is if I'm charging $1,000 a month to a bathroom remodeling company, as an example, okay, it's like we focus on just that. I know that if I wanted to add locations for them, I could charge more money per month. Now, right now, all I've been doing is building out their homepage, optimizing their homepage, and then once that homepage is optimized and really dialed in, I clone that homepage, make it a landing page for that next suburb. So if there's 10 suburbs around, I say to the client, I'm like, hey, give me your top 10 suburbs where you see low-hanging fruit. And then basically what I do is I just create landing pages for each of those 10, change out, page titles, meta tags, header tags, etc. And then I put a Google Map embed code for that city. So I just go to Amarillo, Texas, get the embed code, and I embed it on the site. So that's what I do, because it allows me to cast a wide net early, really fast, because that landing page might just rank, one of those landing pages might rank faster than the main city, because he might be closer, in closer geographical proximity to that little city or that little suburb, because of where the GMB was, he got the postcard sent to. So I've had suburbs rank to #1 in a suburb like in 2 days, but the main city might have taken 3 weeks, right? So it just allows you to cast a wider net to get more potential leads faster for your client, so that their belief goes up faster, and then they feel more comfortable keep paying you money until the leads continually flow, as they continue to flow more. Okay, so that's kind of what I mean about that. As far as GMB pages for that, that's something else I'm testing. It's that's my thing. Getting GMBs is not always an easy thing to do. Google suspends a lot of stuff, so it's kind of harder. So I've just been doing organic rankings with the landing pages, and they get leads, man, they do. But getting the GMB for each of those locations, I would actually charge them, the client, like $250 a month once I build a GMB for them that gets verified, and then just tack that onto my. So if I had 5 GMBs, I'm gonna have $22.50 a month coming in, but I'm casting a wide net with GMB map ranking and organic rankings. Okay, so that's that. So what else? Other questions?
Hi, Ed. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hi, I had a question regarding what you just mentioned on the landing pages, cloning the homepage. Would you include on those landing pages, like actually the navigation menu as well, or are those standalone landing pages with like no navigation menu?
I've seen other trainings for GMB. I think I probably know what you're talking about. And a lot of them talk about driving directions. It's something worth testing. I've tested it personally, and it just didn't get me the home run I was looking for. Like I'm willing to test things to see, but it just didn't seem to get me enough bang for my buck. So you could do it and try it, and you know what? If it works in your city, in that suburb area, go for it, But I don't think it moved the ball downfield enough to warrant doing it for all clients, okay? It could be a case-by-case basis too. One site might not perform as well, another site might be a home run, and it helps tremendously. I just haven't had that experience, so I'm not going to say you got to do that. You can test it and make your own decision from there.
Hey Ed, Ken here. Related question to that. You mentioned getting GMBs in satellite cities. Are you getting the actual verification code sent somewhere? Are you doing the old typical, find a place to get an address for your client and then charging them $250 a month? Or are they in a situation to provide you a legit address that you can get verified? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I have clients that pay me $3,000 a month, and they have for the last 3 years now. It's a great client to have, man. You can find 10 like that, you're pretty happy. And what's funny is I built that client's website on Weebly, and I charged them $1,800 for the website, and it's been glued to the #1 position for that whole time. And I've been making, and I don't barely do anything. My cost is like $100 a month, and it's $3 grand a month. So it's a pretty good thing. So kind of sidetrack, kind of mess with your brains because it works. I'm telling you, stuff works. But to your point is what I've done with that client is I said, hey, do any of your employees live in this city? Do any of your employees live in that city? And then can we send a postcard to their house and make it like a satellite location? We just don't show the address publicly. So that is a technique you can do. That can definitely work. I've done that, and it allowed me to scale this client from 1,000 a month to 3,000 a month. So if they're a business that has employees that are willing to do that, by all means, leverage that. I've tested GMB services. I haven't had a ton of success. I'm actually testing a couple new ones right now to see, and if it works, perhaps I'll share it. But I have a service I just paid $60 for getting a GMB verification. I've been waiting for 10 days for it, and I haven't got it back yet. So I'm trying new things too. I'm always trying to figure out how I can get, because GMBs are huge. You really need them. Organic rankings are great, but if you can get both, it's a home run.
So I'm assuming on those GMBs, you're embedding those GMB. I guess, can you share a map that doesn't have an address shown?
Yeah, you could do, if you go to the business name, if you in Google and click on maps, go to, if the business's name is ABC Roofing Services in Charlotte, just go ABC Roofing Services Charlotte, and then click on maps, not
right.
Just internet search, and then you'll click on their GMB listing, and on the right-hand side where it's like driving directions, the one on the right-hand side will say share, and you can share the embed code on the website.
Okay, so for all those employee places, you're taking those embed codes and sharing them on those landing pages?
Yeah, and I do that on the landing page, but then also in the main footer. If we have 3 cities, I have them all in the footer as well.
Okay, cool.
So maybe I'm doubling it up, but it works.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
Hi, I have a question.
Yeah.
This is Tamara. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So I live in Hawaii. This is like a prospecting question. So the population isn't very dense here. So as far as options for prospecting business owners, there's probably not as many as say, like the States or like Texas. So do you have any advice or like a method on prospecting in different states? Because with all the scams and everything out there, I feel like if I'm coming from another state or another area and trying to talk to them about their business, I feel like they put up a defense mode and automatically think I'm like a scammer. So do you have any like method or advice on how to approach that?
Yeah, I mean, it's the way I've only had 1 or 2 times in the last 4 years where somebody's like, yeah, I want to work with somebody local. That's it. Everyone understands the internet brings us closer together. So I just tell people, like, look, I run a virtual SEO agency. We have, we do business around the country. I wouldn't let that be a deterrent or, put a negative thought in your head. It's not going to hurt you. You could say, hey, I'm over in Hawaii, and, I'm working with businesses in this niche, and, just touching base with you to see where you're at. If you're looking to grow your business, you're all set, right? So that's how, that's the simple answer. It really is. It's don't let it be a deterrent, because it's really not. Like, I've got clients in Washington State. I have clients in Anchorage, Alaska. I have clients like in New York. I have clients in Charlotte. I have clients everywhere. So not one person ever said, oh, you're in Hawaii, you're in Florida, I'm in New York, I can't work with you. Like, just tell them, say, hey, listen, I work remotely. I have a great team supporting my efforts. My commitment is to help you get a great return on investment and help you win. Just focus on them. They won't even ask about you.
Okay.
That's how I would handle it. Prospecting methods, that's a whole other conversation, but Brandon doesn't, his way is a little bit different than mine. His works for him and mine works for me. I believe if you're in a rush to grow your business, you could pick up the phone, and a lot of you guys might be scared to death, but it's not personal, it's business. And you're treating the phone as a filter, and you know what I mean? It's like you have a deck of cards and you're looking for the face card. And, once all you're separating them into is two piles, and you've got face cards, non-face cards, you don't care about the non-face cards. The face cards are people who say, yeah, I'm looking to grow my business. What do you got? And then you're ultimately looking for that ace. And that ace is the one that you interview. And that ace is the one that says, I want to grow my business. I'm willing to make an investment. I understand this is not get rich quick. It's going to take a little effort. I can, as long as I can get a return on investment in, a few months, I'm happy. So what is that? Hold on. Sorry, guys. I got to figure out where the mute went. The mute disappeared. So
yeah, I was just curious about because I'm sure you have clients all over the place, but did you start more local or did you just go for everywhere? Because I think I'm ready to start moving on to different states, but I just haven't really gone there yet. I've only been prospecting local.
Okay, so this is for everybody. This is how I frame up how to prospect. If you're relatively new, this can help you huge. Every single one of you has friends on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. If I were you, I would mentally make a list of every stinking person you know, and I would private message people, et cetera, and start at, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm looking for a case study. I'm looking for somebody who wants to grow their business, and I want to test some new strategies that I'm learning and see if I can help them grow their business. And maybe you give a week of SEO for free. I mean, you could do that, because you could do on-page SEO. You could do 15 minutes of on-page SEO, and you could have that website ranking to page 1 possibly. I've done that many times. I've literally invested millions on a website, and that website jumps from page 3 to page 1, and they're like, what the hell did you just do? And I'm like, don't you want to know? Write me a check, right? So that's kind of how I approach it. So you need to stop. Don't go out there and cold prospect businesses. You have people in your life. You got your A-list, your B-list, and your C-list. I was an Amway guy. Best decision I ever made in my life. I'm not anymore. Best training. Amazing. I am who I am today because of it. I have the marriage I had because of it. And this is something I learned, and I apply it in my own business. Your A-list are your close friends and family. These are people that would go to bat for you and be there for you in a heartbeat. Okay. Your B-list are friends acquaintances, people that who you went to college with, or used to work with, or the barista at Starbucks or at Panera Bread, people that, hey, they know you. Your C-list are the people you don't know. Why start with your C-list when you have no rapport, no relationship, no trust? Start with people you know. I would be messaging everybody you know tonight. And you can you could cut and paste. You could take hey, you could say, how you been? How is your new year shaping up? What plans have you got for the year? Hey, wanted to run this past you. I'm doing some new stuff. Copy and paste it, and then in the front of it, put, hey, the person's name. You could do 50 of those an hour, 100 in an hour on Facebook Messenger. And guess what? Hey, do you know any business owners that are hungry, looking to grow a business, that might be open to, me doing some pro bono work for a week and kind of using it as a case study? Guys, every one of you could have a prospect tonight from somebody that you know. So don't go cold prospecting. Start with people you know, and then you go to your acquaintances and people you don't know. They're not going to really go to bat for you like the others, but you have way more people in your B list than you have in your A list, because your A list might only be 20, 30 people. Your B list could be hundreds and hundreds of people. Your C list is everybody else. Okay. So that's how I would be prospecting if you haven't gone through the people you know first. LinkedIn, oh my gosh, LinkedIn's a great tool. So use these tools to your advantage and use the relationships you already have so you can actually start getting people in your pipeline, okay? That your job is to build your pipeline. Don't just get 3, 4, 5 businesses that are open-minded and you're like hounding these people. You guys, I need you guys to get 20 people in your pipeline as fast as you can, and don't give them a rip if they are ready to go or not. You need to get the pipeline big and burly, because if you have 20 people in your pipeline, you're like, I don't care if they close today, because on average, maybe 1 a week might close. Maybe 2, 3 a month might close. And if you maintain that, you're going to have a continually run rate of converting business. This is why most people fail in this program. I don't want to say they fail this program. They fail in their business because they're trying to go too far with too few. You've got to you set a goal, 20 prospects is my goal. So if you talk to a business owner, or you meet a guy at Starbucks at the gas station, or you see his billboard and you call him, he's like, yeah, I'm looking. And he's like, yeah, I'm interested, but call me in a couple of weeks, or I'm just not ready. That's a prospect. Just follow up with them once a month, but get 20 as soon as you can. And this way, with someone, you just don't care. And people sense that you don't care. And they're like, hey, you know what? It doesn't sound like you're ready. Why don't we table this conversation to, a couple weeks out? Oh, thank you so much. And now you're building rapport with somebody because you're not trying to sell them. You guys are probably trying to sell people because you feel like you need that person because you don't have a big pipeline. I have to this day 20, 30 people in my pipeline every month right now.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think I close business every month? Because I have a pipeline, and I've been fanatical about maintaining it, because I don't need anyone's business. I do need businesses. I just don't need that guy. And if that guy turns out to be a jerk and cops me an attitude and he doesn't respect me, peace out, bro. You're not what I'm looking for. And then that guy might come back begging you and say, yo, I'm sorry. And he might become your very best client because you're willing to stand up to him. And he'll start being your advocate and open the doors to all his friends. So you got to be willing to be strong. And this is how you do it. Sorry, I went off on a tangent, but I felt like that was kind of relevant.
No, that was really good. That was helpful. And a lot of people in the chat were saying it was helpful. So thank you.
Okay.
Hey, this is Michael. May I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Great. I posted it there a couple of times. I know it's kind of long. Do you want to just read it, or you want me to reread it to you all?
Michael, I understand. Trying to help my personal injury client. The website was built on Wix. I want to help them get found on Google for each of their 6 locations, starting with the easiest. So I prefer on-site SEO, personal injury, correct. So they have 6 locations. They should have 6 GMBs. You want to do your own research. Find out from them where they want to start, and just, it would be ideal to land them all in one shot. Okay, I'm with you, but just, here's what you do. I don't know what.
That's not the question.
Okay, what's the question?
I understand all of that. I'm going to start with like one of the easiest ones to rank, but I just don't understand how the rest of them happen. I was told that I have to build inside of the website. There's got to be a locations map or some kind of drop-down menu, etc. So I can't wrap my head around it. I don't know how that's supposed to work. I really don't want to do it myself, but if I can do one, maybe I can do the others, or I'll just outsource it. But I don't understand it. Thanks.
Okay. All right. So first thing, I get them off of Wix. Wix is a pain in the butt, honestly. You could rank it, but they don't give you full access to everything. And there's certain things, H1 tags, page press. It's frustrating, and you don't get full access. So there's going to be some limitations. Everybody said the same thing about Wix. So what I would do is I would get a VA, ask in the group. There are people in the group where you could actually say, can somebody take this website and clone it into WordPress with Elementor? And you could probably clone it for like $100 or something like that. So that would be what I would recommend first. Okay, get it on WordPress. It gives you more scalability, and it gives you more ability to control what you can do on the website, like everything. Okay. Now, so what you need to do is you need to have a locations section and a drop down, and then for each location, you're going to rank the homepage for the main city. Some people decide to make it just generic to the state, and then have landing pages, if you will, for each of the 6 cities. So if it was me and if Miami is the main, and then you have all these others, I'd be focusing on Miami on the homepage, and then I would basically clone the homepage into a landing page for Lakeland, for Orlando, for Palm Beach, and then change out all the referencing to Miami to Palm Beach. And then if they do have physical addresses in those cities, I would get the GMB code from the Google listing and embed it on each landing page. And then on the GMB page, the website link would be to the landing page link, okay? And then what you gotta do is you have to do the entire SEO process for Miami. And then you could do the whole SEO process for Orlando, so on and so forth. So basically the way you need to sell this to the client is, let's just start with Miami. It's a bigger investment to do them all right now. Let me prove to you I can help you get results in Miami. It'll save you money now. Now, if they just say we want to do it all now, awesome. But most people don't want to do that. They want to see results before they do that. So
no, not at all. Yeah. So
Well,
what you're saying, in short, and I'll let you go on. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So what you're saying is it's got to go. We've got to take it off of Wix. Number one, it's got to be WordPress, or could it be Weebly, or no, just WordPress?
WordPress is easiest. Look, you can rank a Weebly site. I still have some.
I heard you say that a while ago, and I went, oh, really? Okay.
You can, but look, I still have Weebly sites, like I said. So, but save yourself
I might just
some
build
time.
one on my own and just see what happens with it. So
look, here's the thing, Michael. I wouldn't even bother, and here's why. You can, if you really want to, you can go to elegantthemes.com. That's Divi. Divi is one of the platform builders for WordPress. It's $80 a year. There are templated sites already pre-built, and there's probably a legal one in there, and you can go find it right now, and you can literally install that entire website onto a fresh WordPress installation and have the design pretty much laid out if you wanted to do that new, okay, and populate their data. Now, if they're stuck on their design, you would need to find a guy in the group or a VA who can clone it in WordPress. Okay.
All right, brother. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And Shane,
Shane, what's up?
Yeah, I just want to continue on with the GMB listing. So I agree with you. I mean, I've got rankings that are page 1, organically, position 1. They're not getting as many phone calls as I was hoping for. So I really want to zero in on the GMBs. So are you able to use the same images for all your locations, just obviously geotagging them to whatever city and obviously changing the description and stuff like that?
Yeah. So what I've decided to do, because I'm cloning the home pages now, I will put GPS coordinates on it for the main homepage page. If it's Miami as an example, I don't mention Miami in the name of the image. And don't forget, you want to have hyphens between the words, because if you put underscores between the words, Google crunches them together and they don't read them properly. So all the images need to have hyphens so that Google can read that properly. So what I do is I'll just say, if it's a personal injury attorney, I would describe the image and just say, personal injury attorney meeting client in Miami, or meeting client. I wouldn't even say Miami at this point, because I can then, those images on the home page would then be on that landing page. I don't want to reference Miami on every single landing page. So I've just decided just to do the home page. Now the GPS coordinates could be on there. I don't think GPS coordinates on the website make that much of a difference. Some people will swear by it. I've done it and I just don't see it. I've definitely made sure I rename all the images, and GPS coordinates are fine. Now I do make sure the GPS coordinates are on the GMB when I upload them as well, and I rename those images up on the GMB. So the idea,
are you using the GPS coordinates? Are you using the GPS coordinates of the physical, the brick and mortar location, or just of the city itself?
If there's a physical location, absolutely, of the physical location.
Okay.
Whatever the address is in the GMB, if it's or the person's home, get their home address and then use like I use gpscoordinates.net or something like that. I forget what it's called. And then I use what do I use? I'm on a Mac. I use Photos EXIF editor, EXIF. So Photos EXIF editor. It's an app or something for Word for a Mac. It's free. All I do is I download the GPS coordinates to the images and it works fine. So if you're on a PC, there's solutions out there to do that too.
Okay.
Ed, hi, it's Jock.
Hey, Jock.
Would you ever combine locations in like a page title, page description, where like I'm in Baltimore, I have a client that's kind of in between Baltimore and DC, and putting both Baltimore and DC in the title?
It depends on the population of where they're currently located. If where they're currently located doesn't have a lot of population, then I would be referencing. I reference both of them.
Well, but in this case, like they're both over 600,000.
Yeah. Here's the thing. You're safer choosing one over the other and then having a landing page for the other. But you could test it. You could test it for a week or two. Google's going to pick up that change fast. You know what I mean? You could ping Google with the sitemap and submit it to Google using SEO Press Pro. So you could try with both. You could try with one and see how fast it changes. It's a testing process. But if it was me, I would probably put them both on there and try it out. And then if it doesn't really give Google clarity and it doesn't move, then I would do one and have a landing page for the other.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
All right. All right, guys, there's a lot of you on here. So hopefully this is helpful. I mean, everyone's looking for something different. I know that. And we're trying to be all things to everybody, but please, got questions. You got sales process questions? ROI
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I'm very mobile. Last summer we were living on the east coast of Canada. Right now I'm in Texas. So I was in Ontario for a couple of months. Next year we're in Belize and back to Texas here, east coast of Canada. So seeing as we're local SEO, it kind of relates to the lady from Tamara from Hawaii. I think she had asked something like this. Is there any suggestions on how I can kind of appear like a local SEO, even though we all aren't? Obviously, you have clients throughout the United States, and maybe you can provide me a bit of a guidance.
Honestly, I wouldn't worry about it. What you're going to find is some clients, if you're talking to enough people, you're going to find people that don't care. Like if it matters to somebody, then they might not be the right fit. I guess it might not be the answer you want to hear per se, but it's like, I've just learned like volume solves everything. The more people you're talking to and networking with, you'll find people that just don't care. They want what people want. They want somebody who's honest. They want somebody they can trust. They want somebody who they believe can get them results and help them grow their business. It doesn't matter where you are. As long as you're doing that, you can close business from anywhere in the world. Okay? I've been hiking on top of mountains, texting clients saying, hey man, hope you're doing well. I'm actually sitting on top of a mountain with my son right now. Are you around to circle back and connect next week? Oh, awesome. Have a good time. Yeah, sure. We'll catch up. They don't care. Like it doesn't, the virtual world is just so different. So just focus on their problems, solving their problems, putting them first, adding value to them, letting them know that you want to help them win and get a great return on investment. If those components are part of your conversation and you're passionate about it, they're going to be like, this guy's awesome. He's thinking everything I'm thinking, and man, I can trust him. So I would do that as opposed to worry about the other.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
All right. So if someone doesn't respond to other questions, you got to hit me up, man. Let's roll with this.
What is you keep on reverting back to the bathroom renovations. What is your best call to action that you're using on your websites? Are you using like a 25% off, a coupon or something, or what?
Okay, so $5 off the bathroom, but here's what you got to do. The business owner should be changing the promotion focus every single month to something on the calendar. As an example, Valentine's Day special, get a new garden tub for your wife and, you know, give her the sanctuary of her dreams. That's going to elicit emotion. That's going to be related to something. It's going to give people a reason why a promotion is actually running. If it's just on the website all the time, people are not going to be serious. If they can understand the promotion to something on the calendar, it's going to get them to probably respond better. Okay, that's what I would do. Like Veterans Day special, you know, Mother's Day special, Father's Day special, 4th of July special. There's a special every, you know, George Washington Day, you know, President's Day. Like you could always find a promotion, but $500 a month would be where I would start, because a bathroom is like $4K. So, you know, 10% off is a good start. They could even say Valentine's Day special good through February 20th, $750 off your bathroom. And then the business owner can always charge up if they want. If they want to be a real jerk about it, they can increase their price by $750. But if that person is doing their homework, they can compare prices and realize they're overpriced. So I would create a promotion based on what's on the calendar, and it should be at least 10, 20% off. Whatever you can get the owner to commit to. If they can do more, you know, it's going to benefit them. I've had house cleaning companies where I've said 50% off first cleaning, and they freak out, and I'm like, stop freaking out. The average house cleaning is $150. If you give up $75 of the $150, you're probably not making that much money if you have an independent contractor doing the work. But if you're good at closing business and you close half of those every month, you're going to get $150 a month for the next 12 months, which is $1,800. So you gave up $75 to get $1,800. Is that smart business? They're going to say, oh yeah, you're right. That's the way I would handle that kind of stuff.
Great, thank you.
All right, guys, what else? You guys are going to cut it short.
Yeah, I have a question about you. You said a couple questions ago, you were talking about bringing value and getting their pain points and everything. Do you go after one niche, or do you just have an idea? Have you done like research in a bunch of niches, or how do you usually figure that out?
Niching down is the best thing you could do, and I'd hate to admit it, I haven't yet still, and I kick myself for it. I get referrals all the time. I mean, you know, you get a bathroom remodeler, you get a house cleaning company, you get a roofing company, you get a lawyer. You know, it's like you get a CBD oil company. I mean, like I can't control where they come from. So for me, I just haven't done that. Now, you'll get your best results by niching down and doing it early, if you really can do it. I just haven't bothered, and I might even still. Like, I'm happy. I got enough diversification. Like, here's the thing: if you were just doing bathroom remodels, if you had 10 bathroom remodelers and you were getting $1,500 a piece, you're making $15K a month, you're happy. But if there's a recession, you're in trouble because no one's getting their bathroom done when money's tight. So it's always good to diversify and get yourself in niches where they're kind of recession proof. Okay, where are people always going to be spending money? HVAC repair. Attorneys are always going to be needed. You know, car accidents always happen. Don't pick a niche that's so affected by the economy that you're going to lose your income. That's a freaking awesome tip, and I hope you guys take that to heart. Because seriously, I've seen people get burned on that one. Does that help?
Yeah, for sure. I got another one on prospecting. I've watched your videos, you know, and I know a lot. You were just talking about make a simple email, because I'm having trouble, I guess, with the initial contact, getting either responses or that someone's attention, I guess. I know one of the emails you mentioned, just, you know, can you handle 10 to 15 more leads? I'm just wondering if you have other tips on initial sort of contact with the person.
Yep. Look, prospecting is my thing. I'll tell you this. Some of you guys might get freaked out by hearing this. When I started, here's the deal. I'm a Christian. I'm not preaching to you guys, but I was working for a company making six-figure income. I hated it. I wanted to be self-employed. We wanted to homeschool our kids. And my wife was out with friends, and she felt like God told her I need to quit my job. We heard that twice in 30 days. I quit my job 3 days later. I had 30 days of money in the bank, and I had to figure out how to make this thing work. Now, I don't recommend people do that, but my work, I'll put my prospecting up against anybody's. There's nobody who's ever outpaced me in prospecting. I was calling 50 to 60 people a day because my kids weren't going to get fed in 30 days if I didn't man up. So I manned up and I did whatever I had to do. I called businesses. I was looking at billboards. I was emailing people 30, 40, 50 emails a day. I was on LinkedIn. I was on Facebook Messenger. I was texting business. I was calling. I was doing everything for like a year and a half. And I was closing business. My first 6 months, I made like 25 grand. It wasn't home run, but it kept me paying the bills so my kids weren't starving. That was my story. But what I learned through all this, and to answer your question, is you got to cut through all the noise. Don't be sending long emails, long text messages, long Facebook messages to people. Because here's why. If they have to scroll on their phone to read your message, dude, you're going to lose these people. They're so busy. They don't, another telemarketer, they don't want that. You got to get to the thinking point right away. And your message should be one line. You know, that it's always been my claim to fame. It's worked really well. All I tell people is I'm like, hey, Mike, I specialize in getting local businesses leads. I don't know, come up with what works for you. Because I don't tell them it's SEO because they're going to have a perception possibly. I help local businesses get leads. Question, are you happy with your business or are you ambitious and you want to grow this year? That's it. Let me know either way. If they don't respond, who gives a rip, man? Like, even on the phone, that's what I say. Listen, I don't want to waste your time. You're busy. I caught you off guard. You probably got a billion things going on. I got a quick question for you. Are you happy with your business? Are you ambitious and you really want to grow it? And if they say, well, you know, I'm all set. Hey, thanks for your honesty. Have a great day. Right? Or it's yeah, we've been thinking about growing our business. What do you got? Well, look, I can't promise you anything. I don't know if it's gonna be a good fit, but you know, this is what I do. I specialize in this. My partner, however you want to handle it. If you're a newbie, you got to use somebody else's credibility until you earn your own. Hey, my partner actually helped rank a site from page 3 to page 1. They started getting leads within 30 days. The business is already closing deals and they're happy. Here's what I propose. I'll do a 5-minute audit on your business if you promise to watch it. If they're not willing to watch it, I'm not sending it. I'm not wasting my time. But if they say 5 minutes, hey, okay, yeah, I'll watch it. And then you just follow up with them forever until they tell you to pound sand and, you know, get lost, or they tell you to, dude, this is awesome. I'm interested. So keep your prospecting super short, 1 line, 2 at the most. But they shouldn't have to scroll at a text message, on an email, on a Facebook message, whatever. You know, they don't know you, so they're not sold on you. But you're looking for the guy who says, you bet I'm looking. What do you got? And then you say, hey, no promises, but let's go down the rabbit hole and see where it goes. Okay? Does that help you to a certain degree?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely think simple's better. Because I know these guys get hit up a lot and with huge emails, and they probably don't read them a lot.
No, they don't. And you got to come out different. Like, you know what I've done? You guys think I'm nuts. I've actually taken my phone and I've recorded a 30-second video of me on camera and being like, hey, Casey, this is Ed Weidman. I'm here in Clearwater. This is what I do. This is what I'm passionate about. Looking for a kitchen guy who wants to grow his business in 2020. If you're serious about growing your business and want to get an amazing return on investment, hit me up. Send that video out to that guy. I can record, you know, I didn't have to say his name and I could use it 10 times, you know? So try different things. No one's doing that, guys. So go, you know, steal my idea if you want. And it lets them see you're not some scammer in a foreign country trying to get their business. So that's what I would do. Your greatest asset is going to be when you get somebody who just says, you bet, you need to follow up with that person every week, every 2 weeks, every month, whatever. If they're not ready now, whatever amount of time they're comfortable with. Hey, touch base with me in a couple weeks. I have prospects I've been talking to for 2 years still, and I still message them. And I'm like, hey, is it cool if I text you? Yeah, because I can voice text it and choose. I can do a voice text if I'm on an iPhone. You're like, hey, Steve, man, hope you had a great Christmas. We're doing awesome. We're back in Florida right now. Hey, man, is timing good to catch up? Let me know. That's my message. And it's going to take you on average 7 to 9 times to close one guy. You're not going to close on one call. And 95% of people do not follow up enough. And you're leaving money on the table because you're being impatient and you're looking for that fast win when you got to realize slow and steady wins the race. And when you have a pipeline of 20 people and you're following up with them once every couple weeks or whatever, the frequency is once, twice a month, you know, people, hey, man, I'm ready. I got a guy right now who wants to drop $2,000 a month, and I talked to him 6 months ago. He's like, yeah, hit me up in January. I hit him up in January. He's not quite ready. I'm going to hit him up again in February. $2,000 a month, dude. I'm just going to send a text message. Makes life pretty simple, okay? Follow-up is going to be your greatest weapon, and don't just be relentless about it. Don't worry about who's closing and when. Build a pipeline of 20 people, and I promise you, you're going to have a predictable process of closing business. You'll get 1 to 2 a month, maybe more, because your confidence is going to go up because you don't need those people, and then they're going to smell that confidence amount. That guy, he believes in himself. I want to work with that guy because my life's going to be better with him in it, okay? Somebody's asking a question about what CRM do I use?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys, you won't like me for this. I've tried, I've done Salesforce, I've done Pipedrive. I use a Google Sheet. That's all I do. I have a Google Doc, a Google Sheet, and I have a list of them all. And all I have is the name of the business owner, name of the business, and their phone number. And then a note field that just, 1/29 text message. 1/27 said followed with them after Valentine's Day. 1:30 said not ready till April 1st. I've got tons of those. That's all I do. Doesn't have to be more than that. I mean, why spend money on anything else?
And you keep on top of stuff that way? I tried doing that. I can't stay on top of it, it seems. Driving me crazy. And all these CRMs suck.
Well, look, all it is once a week, look at your list of 20, 30 prospects. Just once a week. And follow up with those that need to be followed up with that week. Follow up with those that need to follow up in 2 weeks, etc. So once a week, commit to following up with all your prospects. Take you 15 minutes. I can reach out to 30 businesses in about 10 minutes. The way I do it now, because I text them all. Does that help?
I have a question. Oh, sorry, if you're not done.
Sure.
This is Tamara again. So I have a question for people who maybe don't have any clients yet. So, when people say, okay, if you don't have any client, you can say, well, my partner and I have had success and stuff. But what about people who specifically ask for examples? Like how you say you're supposed to get a case study. Well, if you don't have any case study, you don't want to just claim credit for some random website being at number 1. So I don't know if I missed this in the group, but is there like general case studies that Brandon has or you have that we can provide and say, because technically you guys are like our partners?
Brandon might have one. Yeah. I mean, I don't share mine. That's just a personal preference, but
right.
Ask Brandon. I mean, yeah, he might have some. I mean, they're probably in the training. You could even, I mean, he's got Comal tubes, that tubing place. That's a good client. You say, hey, my partner, this is what's going on. All the metrics, all the statistics are in there. So, ask him if it's okay, because then everyone's starting to do it. So just make sure he's cool with it. But I would do that. But you can also, play that angle of maybe, hey, I'm looking to create a case study and I'll do work for you for a week for free. Just so there's no risk on their part and it's all upside. So you can play that angle as well. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
So let me just, okay, hold on. I just want to throw this out there because we're coming up on hour and 25 minutes. And I'll go a little bit longer if you guys do have the questions. I want to throw this out there. I've given this a lot of thought and I've done this before, and it's really, it's not a pressure thing on my part, but I feel like there's a lot of things that people need help with. And I'm going to launch an accountability group, okay? It's gonna be a paid group because I feel like I've done accountability groups before. We actually did them a year ago, and I had 20 people in January. We did 20 different people in February and 20 people in March, and it was all free. It was engaging, but people had no skin in the game. So we are gonna launch an accountability group starting February 1st, which is Monday, I think it is. So that's gonna be available. I need you guys to have skin in the game. Like, it's my time. I'm super busy with my kids and my business, and I'm willing to do this if you guys really want help. We're gonna do a Zoom call once a week for 6 weeks, okay? And if you need side help, I'm willing to case by case it, okay, and help you guys. So there's two sides to this. I just want you to know about it. You could private message me for more details. I'm not trying to promote this. It's not a big deal. I have a course that I launched 2 years ago. I've been tweaking it. It's going to be, some people in here have actually used it before. Basically what I want to do is I want to make that available to you guys too. It's up to you guys, no pressure, not a big deal. My course is edwideman.com/unstuck. You can see it there. If you're not interested, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter either way. I know there are people that need help and they need more guidance. And my course goes through all the sales, all the process, all the mindset, all the tips, all the suggestions, ROI, everything. That's going to be $197. I've sold it for $700, $800 before. I'm going to do it for $197 through tonight. Okay. Nobody wants it. No big deal. If people want to be in the accountability group as well, I'm going to throw in the course and the accountability group. It would be like over $1,000 to do the, basically amount of time I'm committing, and the course we're going to do for $497. So, it's just out there. If you guys are interested, awesome. I'll invest my time one-on-one and help you guys really, get off the ground. I'll tell you right now, if you're serious, I can have you making $8,000 to $10,000 a month in the next 4 months. One of my students I just talked to 2 days ago, Sammy, is up in Jersey. He went from 0 to 10,000 a month in about 4 to 5 months, and I was coaching him before I really started launching accountability groups. So, and he's happy because his business is growing, and he's taking his kids out to dinner and stuff like that, which he wasn't able to do before. So just letting you know, if you guys have interest, I'm not trying to sell you, I promise you, but my time is valuable and I will give it to those who really want to grow fast. You can $8 to 10 grand a month in the next.
What was the URL again, Ed? Sorry.
It's edwideman.com/unstuck. I have it up there. Everything's there. You guys can private message me. I just want to throw it out because I know people need more help. And if that's something you desire, we'll help you. Okay. So that's my plug. Brandon's okay with it. I'm going to make it available in the main group as well. The accountability group is going to be limited to 12 people. So whoever gets in there first, we're going to kick this thing off, and and I'm going to push you, and I'm going to make you really uncomfortable. I promise, because I want you to make 10 grand a month as fast as possible. So as long as you have skin in the game and you want to invest the time and be accountable, we will help you. Absolutely. So,
thanks.
Okay.
Can I get a quick question before we close this out?
Sure,
I've got a huge network, but it's a couple of states away. I've recently moved to a different location. So I'm going to be reaching out to them. A lot of business owners that I worked with in real estate, construction, whatnot. But I'm looking for a good payment method. I'm thinking, because I've got this Square thing, I can plug a credit card in manually over the phone. But a lot of my network is acquaintances, that I met at like networking groups and stuff like that. And so they're not like, they'd be on the B level of the tier, So what payment method do you use for overstate payments? Or what's the best?
Yeah, so on my course, I'm using PayPal only because it's a button, so it makes life a little bit easier. But I've moved away from PayPal because every time you get a payment from PayPal, you have to physically transfer the money from your PayPal account to your checking account, which drives me, I couldn't stand it. So basically I moved away from that. So now I use Square 100% for all my clients. So the Square app, I use the invoice version of it, and you can create a one-time invoice or recurring invoice, and you can set up there to share the invoice manually or automatically. I choose to do a recurring invoice shared manually, and I turn on save credit card. And I tell all my clients, this price I'm giving you is contingent on you setting up a recurring payment with your credit card on file, so I don't have to chase money anymore. Because my first year, I was chasing money like crazy. It drove me nuts.
Right.
Absolutely drove me nuts. So,
Okay, so I just got that Square app. I'm just starting to dive into it. And so setting up recurring payments manually through the Square app and paying that whatever the percentage is per payment, just that's a cost to doing business.
yeah, so like, I have $1,000 client. I might get like $970 out of that.
Right.
Right? It's $30. Now I am looking at ACH as an option. So I would have an ACH form and I would have them fill it out, and then I could basically pull out of their checking account and create a recurring payment that way. And there's no fee. Actually, banks might charge for that still too, to a certain degree. So I'm actually researching that right now, which is why I posted that in the group like last week.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday, the day before.
So ACH is great, but honestly, people like using their credit card. They don't like checking routing information. So it's just the cost of doing business. It's not that big of a deal. I've dabbled with switching it. So Square is awesome, and you can set reminders how often they get a reminder I've actually turned off all reminders, just so you know, to clients. I don't want them getting a reminder. I don't want to have, like, if I'm getting them results, you're not going to stop paying me. But people are weird sometimes. Like, I could rank them awesome, and then they're still going to say, well, I'm not closing business. I'm like, well, that's because you don't know how to close business. That has nothing to do with me. I lost a client over that because he sucked, not me. So I just turn off all notifications and just auto charges a credit card, and money hits my account like all the time.
Got it. All right. Thank you.
Yep. All right, guys. What else? I'm willing to take a few more questions if they're relevant. Absolutely willing. No problem.
Hi, Ed. It's Devin.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, good. This question was already posed, but the SEO or the case study for a week, what exactly are we offering? Is it on-page SEO, or what are we trying to get them to do for a week that's free?
Super simple. This is you're gonna love this. Just if I say, hey, Devin, listen, I've been studying SEO. I've got a good handle on it. Because again, if you're going at it with my approach, contacting people who might make referrals to you, it's more of a warm lead than a cold lead, so you might have a little bit more credibility. So I would recommend you do that. If you can't for whatever reason and you're going cold, just tell them, say, hey, listen, I'm working with my partner on SEO stuff. I'm looking for a case study. I'm willing to do work to show you I can get you results for like a week or two. All you're going to do is just say, I'm going to focus on doing work on your website, optimizing your website. That's all you should tell them. And all you're going to do is change out their page titles, page descriptions, H tags, and that's it. And you can probably do it in 15 minutes. And then you wait a couple days after you submit that to Google so they pick it up fast. And then take a picture of rankings before, take a picture of rankings after, and what's going to happen is they're going to go from position 7 on page 2. They're going to either jump up to the top of page 2 or possibly hit page 1. All you're looking to do is build their belief and show them I can actually move the ball downfield and get you closer to the top. If we do the rest of our process, we can get you there even faster, or more consistently. So all I would tell them is we're going to invest time to optimize your website. We're going to take a picture of rankings today. I'm going to take a picture of rankings in a week, or whatever amount of time you want to allot. And then that's it. That's all you want to tell them. Don't tell them anything else. Don't explain exactly what you're going to do. If they keep drilling you, they're probably going to drive you crazy no matter what you do, and you might want to question working with that person.
Perfect. I have a quick
Got it.
follow-up to
Thank you.
that.
You're welcome, Devin.
Great. I wanted to know that too. When you send out a prospecting email, initially, what do you put in the subject line? As we have been taught to say, if it's a roofer, hey, roofing job in Homestead, blah, blah, blah. Or do you actually say something like, are you looking to grow your business?
No.
What do you do?
If you say the latter, guess what? They already know you're trying to sell them something. So
Got
the
it.
easiest approach would be like roofing job. Need a roofing quote. Now, look, for me, from where I'm sitting, I'm never going to lie to somebody. I don't want to mislead people. So I'm very careful. I just put roofing lead. That's all I say.
Yeah, I feel you.
Everyone's going to do their own. Like, I just, no matter what, I'm never, honesty, integrity is the bedrock of my business. And every client, everybody I've ever worked with knows I will never cheat anybody. I will never say something that's not truthful. So I'm just going to be very cautious with what I say.
Right. Me too. I would feel really icky about putting something black hat in there to get them to open an email, and they'll go, this guy tricked me to open it. So, okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Can I give some input on that real quick?
Sure.
Hey, hi everybody. It's Drew London. I'm fairly new to the group, but I've been in digital marketing for about 10 years, and also have worked for web.com and have done sales training, etc. One subject line that I have found to be highly effective is simply appropriate person, because all you're trying to do, especially if you're emailing an info at email, if you're not able to use, I posted a couple tools on the group to find better email addresses for companies, etc. yesterday. And when they see that subject line, appropriate person, they're like, oh, who's the appropriate person? And it's more likely to get open. And all you're saying, I'm trying to find somebody who's looking to grow your business. Plain and simple. Would love to chat with you real quick. And, you can include your video, whatever. So that might be a good subject line as well to get the open rate up. Other than like X roofing or X plumbing, yes, they might open it, but then all of a sudden, they're trying to sell me something. But appropriate person is like, I might be that appropriate person. I feel important. You're making them feel somewhat important. So there's my 2 cents.
It's a good, yeah. And guys, like in the group, you can ask questions like that. Like, hey, what's a great subject line? You might get 10 different ones and you could try them. Mine could work really well. His could work really, my point is you got to get in the habit of testing different things. Don't just because I'm saying it doesn't mean you should try different variations of everything we're talking about today. Because my personality is going to be different than your personality, and how I convey information is going to be different than yours. So don't try to be me. I want you to be the best you. Use your personality in your own process, but use the training to lay the foundation. Okay, that's the key behind this. It's always worked well for me, not trying to be somebody I'm not. Okay, like if I'm prospecting you, you guys haven't asked this question. I'm kind of surprised, but this is a really important question, or a way I start off a conversation with a prospect. This is this is how I close them. I'm not closing them right away, but I'm closing them because they're like, holy crap, I can't believe this guy is actually saying what he's saying. So I tell people this. I say, hey, listen. I say, hey, Steve, listen, at the end of the day, I have no idea if there's going to be a good fit. I believe I can add value to your business. I believe I can help you grow your business. But we need to we need to have this chat to really see if there's a good fit. And then I tell them, I say, listen, I said, I want you to watch this video. Why? Because it's going to be visual and you're going to understand what I'm talking about. We'll follow up and have a conversation and just see where it goes. And even on that follow-up call, I am not going to try to sell you. I'm not going to try to convince you that you need to do this, so don't worry. If you are not interested, not a big deal. And then I tell them, this is where I end it. And I say, listen, I said, at the end of the day, if you don't believe that your business is going to benefit from me helping you, then you should not work with me. I'm like, would you agree? And every 100% of the time, yeah, absolutely. And you know what that does? That makes their shoulders go, this guy is honest.
this guy's not going to try to sell me. So now you set expectations up front, and they're like, he's not going to try to close me on that next call, so they're more likely to have the call with you, right? Most of the time they bail on you on that follow-up call because they think, oh, now he's going to try to close me. Well, take that off the table and say, listen, you're not here making a decision now or on that follow-up call. I want you to, when I said, I want you to take even on the follow-up phone call, I say, if you don't think I can help you, you shouldn't work with me. I say, listen, I want you to take a few days. I want you to sleep on our conversation. I want you to reflect on it in your own time, in your own space. Because when you make the decision, either way, I want you to put your head on your pillow at night knowing that you made the right decision for your business. Would you agree like that's a good way to approach it? Every prospect's like, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Nobody does this, guys. They're all trying to figure. I used to do Sandler training with IBM and big companies. I hated that approach. This approach is what gets people's attention. And it's honesty, and you're not trying to fake people out and snake them into paying you some money. You're like, look, I don't know this fit. I think there might be, but if there's not, it's okay. Because I know I'm going to go talk to somebody else. Have no pressure. You're not making a decision. Let's just have this conversation and let's see where it goes. Are you cool with that, Mr. Prospect? And he's like, thank you so much. And I have prospects today that are still like, they take my calls or my messages because they know I'm not trying to sell them. I'm just waiting for timing to be right. Do you guys agree with that?
Yes. I had a quick question about your accountability group. You said that it's going to be like a package with your courses, but if we've already previously purchased your course, will the accountability group be a little or cost a little less for us?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I mean, there are some people that might have used my course when I had it out. So yeah, I'm flexible. It's, if we did it for free, I'm giving my time and I'm going to help people make money. So like people have
I bought the course.
Right.
So
I know.
just for people who've already paid for it.
No. If you bought the course already, if you really want to be in it, I can work something out. I'm totally fine with that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I don't want you guys feeling like I'm trying. Look, I'm even doing my own approach on you guys. I'm not trying to sell this to you guys. If you don't think I can help you, then you shouldn't buy it, right? So it's all good. I'm not worried about it. I want to work with people that really want the right help. Because like, if you need to make money and you need to get out of debt, or you hate your job and you want to get financially independent and own your schedule by summertime, or you've got medical bills and somebody's in the hospital and you can't afford to pay it, like, let's get busy, man. We got work to do to solve that problem, But I can't help you if you don't invest in yourself. And that's really why we do that, why I charge it. So no worries either way. And if people need a payment plan, like, look, we'll figure it out. Like, I just want a commitment if you want help so I can align my schedule, because I'm taking time away from my family to commit to doing this and helping people, which I love to do. I love helping, but it's got to be a two-way street. So
Hey, Ed.
questions?
Yeah, Ed.
Yeah.
The question was, I must have missed the actual cost for just the accountability group. What was it again?
I don't have a break. I hadn't considered a breakout if people bought the course already, if people have already bought the course previously. PM me. I'll figure it out. I'm not going to give one price to one person and to another. Whatever.
Okay.
Share.
Well, I already shot you a PM from that conversation before we started today, so
Okay.
I can just shoot you another one. Okay. Thank you.
I'll check it. No, yeah. I'll be fair. I'm not.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
All right, guys. What other questions do you have? When you follow up, are you sending them tips or just friendly messages? No, I don't do that. I know people have done that. I just, I don't know, some people send a different video with a different tip each week. Honestly, my approaches work just fine. Yo, Dennis, hey, is timing good you know what my text messages are, guys? I just did like 4 this morning. Like, hey, Dennis, how you been? Is timing good to catch up and have a chat? It's not a conversation, it's a chat. Everything with me is very, very laid back. I don't want to be salesy. I want to be different than the rest of these people out there, because prospects want different, and that's how you differentiate yourself. Okay. We've been going for an hour and 45. I'm getting hungry. I haven't had lunch yet. I want to drop off. I'll take another question if you guys have it. I will post the link to the course in the main group. I will mention the accountability group. We're gonna put like 12 people in the accountability group. I've done 20. I feel like it was too much. I couldn't be as personal with people as I wanted to be, and give them enough time. So I want to cut the number down a little bit. I might do another one in the future, depending on how this goes, but I'm not really sold on that yet because I got to see how people do. What else? Anything else, guys?
I just got a quick yes or no question, I guess. Do you ever contact them first time with a text message?
Before I do an audit, you mean?
Or yeah, or an email or a call? Or do you, I mean, I guess you don't know if it's a cell phone or not. A lot of them are, but not all of them.
Well, my approach, my philosophy, and like Brandon's a little bit different. I am not going to waste my time cutting a video and sending it to somebody if they're not even interested. Now, some people do like that, and I know Brandon's got the 30-30, and the reason why he's doing that is to get people consistent in doing something and building their belief in the SEO lingo. It's all about consistency, okay? So for me personally, I don't subscribe to that. I don't like doing that. I'm simply willing to, look, I can make 20 phone calls when I get off the phone with you guys right now. If I call, what I would do if I was aggressive right now to go close business tomorrow, I would go to Google, I would go to Maps, and I would just go to Google and type in, if I'm going to go bathroom remodelers, I'd say bathroom remodelers in Atlanta. And I'd look at all the guys on page 2, page 3, page 4, and I would call them all. And I would call 20 of them within an hour. I'm going to get probably about 10, 11 voicemails. People aren't going to answer. I'll probably get maybe 6 or 7 are going to probably answer the phone. And then maybe 1, maybe 2 might be open to a chat. Maybe 1, some days might be 0. But in less than 45 minutes of work, I could have a prospect. And if I did that every single day, I got 5 a week or 20 a month. And if I have 20 new prospects a month, and I do that for 3 to 4 months, I got 60 to 80 prospects, and the chips will start falling, and I'll close business in the first 30, 40 days. You're not going to close tomorrow. It just doesn't work that way. But that's what I would do if I was going to go out and start prospecting and make phone calls. Now, some of you guys don't want to do that. You can do LinkedIn. You can do Facebook messengers. Email sucks the worst because it's like spam these days, and you're going to have to reach out to probably 5 times more people to get the same result you can with a phone call. Okay, so it's just a lot of people are afraid of the phone, and I get that. I even get nervous on the phone still because you don't want to be rejected, guys. You want people to like you, but like I get that anxiety in my, oh, he might curse me out, or he might hang up on me, or think I'm a telemarketer. Who gives a crap? Just call the guy and, yo, got a quick question for you.
Hey Ed, do you ever use the contact us links? You know, like on their website. You know,
Yeah, but it doesn't work.
Well, it doesn't work.
Contact forms too. I never got results. I just don't. The best results I've gotten is on the Facebook business page and LinkedIn. Those have been the best. Or if it's a small, like a tree guy, I'll take a picture of his truck as he's driving down the road, and I'll send him a text message, because a lot of times there's cell phones on their truck, and I'll like, yo, just passed you on such and such a road. You're looking to grow your business. Or I'll take a picture of the billboard and I'll do that. Or I'll go to Home Depot parking lot at 7:30 in the morning when all the contractors are there, and I'll go start conversation with some people, you know, because they're doing jobs. You know, you might even get the owner there. So, or you just take a picture of all the trucks and do some research to see who's ranking well or not, and go that approach. You know, that's huge, guys. Go to Home Depot parking lot at 7:30 in the morning. You'll get leads. I'm telling you right now.
And what's the tool that you can use to find out who the builder of their website is, whether it's Wix or Weebly, or if they're using GoDaddy? You know, is there a tool out there like is there a DNS search or what?
I think it's buildwith.com. Buildwith. It pretty much shows you who the CMS is. So it'll show you Wix, Weebly, WordPress, etc. Typically, if it's on Weebly or Wix or Squarespace, like Squarespace and Wix suck. Weebly is awesome. If I was to choose a build other than WordPress, it's going to be Weebly. Weebly is awesome.
You
And they have
said Squarespace and Wix are no good. Weebly's good.
Yeah, if like Brandon says WordPress, like, look, I'll tell you right now, I have a client in a certain niche. I charge them $1,800 for the website, and they've been paying me. It was it's now up to $3,000 a month for the last 2.5, 3 years now. It's a Weebly website, guys, and I ranked it to page 1 in about 11 days. Well, 7 to 14 days, I don't know. And their average job is about $75,000. So $3,000. So if they closed one job a year, they're dropping $3,000 on me a year, $36,000 a year on me. They're getting, yeah, and they're getting leads. They're like, we're believers, it's working. Come pick up your checks, because they're, you know, it's a local guy, and I pick up my checks every month. You know, I don't like doing checks, but that's the way they roll, and I'll pick up $3,000 in checks every month. Not a big deal. I will add the URL to it. I can't seem to respond to your chat, guys, the chat questions. I've tried, but it's not letting me post. So I'll put it in the link in the comments of the Q&A that I originally posted. So just look for it there, or you can PM me and I'll send it to you that way. All right, guys. Was this helpful? Like, for those of you that are still here, I just hope it's helpful.
Yeah, for sure.
Fantastic. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, it was.
Thanks, Ed.
I
Appreciate
your
it.
time.
Cool. So start being consistent, guys.
Thank you much, Ed.
Just be consistent. Reach out to me if you have any questions. And do me one favor. Anybody that felt this was valuable, if you could mention it in the group, because I'm trying to gauge who else is out there that needs more help. You know what I mean? So if this was valuable to you anyway, let us know. PM me if you have any private questions. I'll do my best to get back to you as quick as I can. And guys, I appreciate your time. Go out there and make this thing happen.
Thanks, Ed.
All right, guys, have a good one.
Thanks a lot.
That was awesome, Ed. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.